Okay, everybody. Just waiting for some people. Waiting for people to come in. Waiting for people to come in. Good afternoon, everybody. It's taken a lot. It's taken a bit of time to get this thing working. We've just been trying to figure out all the kinks. I'm using this new service for the first time, so I'm not used to it. So my apologies if there are any issues. I don't want to just start just yet. We're a little bit early, maybe about 30 seconds early. My guest is just waiting for all of us. So come in, just hit the like button as you come in. Hit the like button as you come in, please. Okay, a couple people watching. Okay. Okie dokie. All right. I'll start by just telling my story. First time I ever went to Senegal, so it's about a little while, a year and a bit ago. So I went for this filmmakers conference for African filmmakers in Dakar. And when I was leaving the UK, they told me, "Do you want to which passport do you want to use?" I have a dual nationality. I'm Nigerian, ECOWAS, and also I'm a shout out to Chukwuemeka. Welcome, thank you. So I'm a dual citizen. I have a UK passport and I have a Nigerian ECOWAS passport. So the woman told me, "Oh no, you can use your UK passport." I'm like, "No, I need my ECOWAS passport to go to because it's West Africa." So she said, no, you can use whatever you like. So she took my UK passport, did the thing I went through. Now, when I got to Dakar, I was shocked. There were like 6 different stations, immigration stations. 2 of them for ECOWAS people and 4 for non-ECOWAS people. In the 4 for non-ECOWAS people were maybe 150 people. In the ECOWAS one, there's like 3 people in 2 stations. So I'm like, I'm not gonna queue. Let me just go to the ECOWAS one. So I go to the ECOWAS one. Hi, I think even my mom is here. Hi, mom. So I go into the ECOWAS one, and then the people start checking through my passport. They immediately look at how I look, and they look at my passport, and then all of a sudden they start asking me, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Residac, this film conference. They're like, show me proof. I showed them a letter, and they were like, where are you staying? And I was like, I don't understand. I don't know. There's somebody's waiting to pick me up. So I have to call the guy, the organizer, who I've never met before. I had to call the guy up, and I have to say to him, can you please tell me how to get to, where we're staying, and who's coming to pick me up? So I'm speaking to this guy. I don't know who he is. And they're telling me, oh, no. He's telling me, go to them and tell them this is where you're staying. I go back to them. They tell me, okay, what's the address? I'm like, I don't know what the address is. I'm just arriving. So I have to go back and forth calling this guy. Eventually, he gives me the information, and then I write it down. Then I walk over I walk out of the immigration place, and I come to the main area of the airport. And I meet this guy who we're about to meet now. Okay, a lot of people are coming into the thing. Please make sure you're liking as you come in, please. So as I come into the main airport, I run into this guy, my brother Demba Concierge. So he's one of the main concierge services in Dakar, Senegal, operating out of Dakar, Senegal. So they were responsible for organizing all the because people are coming from all over Africa and all over Europe for this film conference. I also think he'll clarify in a minute when he comes on, but I think he was involved in the 2019 African Player of the Year ceremony, which was won, I think, by Mohamed Salah of Egypt. So these are a lot of people that these are people that work with these organizations. So I'm going to bring him in, Mr. Demba.
Yeah.
Demba.
Abuah. I'm fine, Abuah. How are you?
Very well, my brother. So Demba is in Dakar, Senegal right now.
Of
Let me
course.
first of all start out by asking what's the situation regarding coronavirus in Dakar right now?
Well, the situation in Corona. I just say hi to everybody who listening
Yeah, they
and
said what's
following
up.
also. Yeah,
Shout
what's
out to
up?
Crispy,
Yeah,
Pineapple,
yeah,
Alchemy, Kwame.
yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. The coronavirus in Senegal is over control, is under control. I mean, the government itself has doing his best to control the situation. Right now, we have a little bit like 200, 2,100 cases
Mhm.
by the time being. And let's say 780 people are quarantined. So we only have 21 person who pass away. So in terms of the situation exactly, we can say that Senegal has the control of it.
Regarding the whole coronavirus thing. So as far as shutdown is concerned, because where I am in the UK, they've shut most things down. In Nigeria, for example, they've shut a lot of things down. I think they shut in Lagos and Abuja, the main cities. They shut a lot of things down. Um, but did they close things in Dakar? Were things closed? Were kids going to school, people going to work, that type of thing?
Yeah, well, it's a kind of semi-closed because for example, for the school, people are not going to school. I mean, for the let's say for the market is open, and the restaurant also. But the hotels itself, I mean, the hotels are closed also. But the let's say the situation in terms of market as I mean is running then, so people go and buy things, goods, or things. So the government itself has given some restriction about the time of let's say people won't be outside around 8 p.m. in the night, so until 6 a.m. So apart from that, Senegal is, I mean, they allow people to move and do the, let's say, and then protect themselves also in terms of barriers, wear mask, and then I think also having hand
Gloves, yeah.
sensor. Yeah, of course.
Okay, okay. And as far as I'm assuming tourism is slowed down, right? There's not much tourism. People are not coming to
Yeah,
Senegal.
sure. Yeah, sure. Because the airport also has stopped. I mean, the airport transportation has stopped, and then no plane, no travel to Senegal and outside Senegal.
Okay,
So yeah, the tourism is really affected in Senegal.
okay. Is there any idea when the airports will open or anything like that? Has Macky Sall said anything like that?
Yeah, well, for the moment, Maxal doesn't say anything about, Maxal is the president of Senegal, doesn't say anything about the opening of the airplanes, but they have some convention with some countries like France or something like that,
Yeah.
just to allow them, I mean, to allow people back in the same in vice, I mean, in the same situation. France also allowed Senegalese people to come back to Senegal. So the only planes, the Air France planes and Air Senegal planes only do that. I mean, that return and come back. But apart from that, no plane is, I mean, for the cargo plane, yeah, goes on for goods, for medicaments, for drug, and something like that. But for airplanes travels, all these are stopped.
Okay. Shout out to
I don't know whether, it's because
no, no,
Senegal
no.
is a French country. Yeah, I don't know whether people understand my English so well.
No. Everybody just give me a 1 if you're hearing Demba quite well. Shout out to Trevor E, who was mentioning about the sound, which is fixed now. Chris D, everybody, Lionel Ache, please make sure you just let us know if the sound is okay. I think they understand. The reason why I actually wanted to bring you on initially was because last week when we did a live video, a few people were talking about Senegal. A lot of people love Senegal. I told you how much I love the place. But I think it was also important for us to understand what's going on there now regarding this Corona thing. But then also important to understand what things were like before, and once this Corona is over, how things will be in the future. So first of all, let's start if you can. People are giving me ones. Yeah, everybody's saying the sound is good.
Okay.
Nicholas, okay, perfect. Guys, please hit the like button as you come in. Very, very, very much appreciated. Demba is here. He's going to give us some good information. Eddie De Brito, shout out to you. How you doing, my brother? Sharif, what's up? Miguel, Valerie, thank you all for coming in. Okay, so first things first, let me ask you, what is it that you do? What is the service that you offer? Demba Concierge, I know is your company. That's how I met you. But what is the service that you offer? What do you provide, etc.?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for your question. Well, we help people coming to Senegal, like Black African American, or like tourists or investors who want to come to Senegal, visit Senegal, and don't know exactly how it works. So we help them from the airport welcome, shuttle welcome. We book them for reservation and hotels or apartments in the town. We help also discover the country in terms of excursion, Dakar trip, or around excursion, and also to visit the Senegal itself. We help them also this experience the local experience in Senegal, like where to go, what to see, where to eat, and who to meet in Senegal. So it's kind of concierge services that we help people from A to Z.
Yeah. So, and I was just mentioning the tiabujen, which is the traditional.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Tiabujen is the original jollof rice. So before Nigerians and Ghanaians go and hype about the food, tiabujen, fish and rice looks like couscous.
Yeah, you're right. Because tiabujen is it's a main plain dishes here in Senegal. And people around the countries appreciate too much, and also African and American also appreciate the jollof rice called tiabujen here.
Mm-hmm. So generally speaking, what kind of clientele do you have that comes to what kind of people come to Dakar generally speaking?
Mostly you see the French people, because Senegal was colonized by French country. So you find there Senegals, French people mostly they come. The Belgium also people, the British they come, and some of American also come, because they have here a kind of peace corps, and also the embassy also. So people want to visit Senegal. But you have also a big part of African countries like Nigerian, because Senegal also is a country of Muslims country. So a big part of guys from Touba and guys from Kaolack. Kaolack is a religion states where those who belongs to Muslims and come. So a big part of Nigerian people coming from I think Cairo or or Yoruba guys come to pilgrimage in Senegal. So apart from that, you have also the West African countries like Cote d'Ivoire, every coast. You have Malian people. You have also Guinean and French countries speaking. Then they love to visit Senegal.
And you said, you mentioned the Tuba. Is it Tuba Festival that is one of the big festivals that's there?
Yeah, well, I mean, Touba is a city in Senegal. Is let's say it's a Muslim city. Is well known by Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. I mean the guys who.
Can you just explain the significance of Tuba's, the Islam in Tuba and Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba?
Yeah, well, Touba is a city where I mean, which are settled by Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, he was a let's say he was a let's say a guy, a religion guy, very religion guy, who fight against, pacifically against the colonized, because he's Muslims guys, and what he do is just to tell his let's say followers to pray God and to follow the Muslims laws. So Sheikh Ahmad Bamba was really followed by more than 4 or 5 million people in Senegal, and Touba each year more than 5 or 4 million people go to that pilgrimage just to worship also and to listen let's say the lesson he has given to his background. So because Senegals, apart from 95% of people, of the inhabitants of Senegal lives are Muslims. So 4 or 5 million people go to that pilgrimage. So they took care about religion, Muslims religion. But apart from that, you have 5% of inhabitants who are Christians or who believe in other religions. But there is always harmony. There is always solidarity with the region. People go and come back, so there is no war. There is let's say no problem between this kind of religion. So that's why Senegal is a lovely country, and people appreciate Senegal because it's a democratic country. Never been war here. It's the most peaceful country in West Africa, and you discover a lot of resources like Goree Island with slave trade. You have also different renowned world heritage places like Saint Louis of Senegal is well known by his festival, and you have also let's say Delta du Saloon, because it is a very nice, marvelous place to discover also. Though Senegal, as you mentioned, people speak French, but mostly also they speak also English, because you see students or guys who speak different languages.
So, in fact, let me even ask you this other question. So, just to put things in context, guys, shout out to Empress E as well, who just came in. Please hit the like button, people, as you come in. One thing you mentioned, Senegal is a very significant country for many other reasons, in addition to what he's mentioned, because aside from the recent history, Senegal has this connection with culture. Again, because of its proximity to, it's the most westerly city in Africa, so its proximity to Europe in a way, its proximity to the north with the Arabic culture, its proximity to the kind of Berber people, the Tuareg people. It's it's a mix of culture. If you watch my most recent documentary, I talk about the empire of Tekron, which is a little bit further north, I think, Demba from Senegal.
Yeah, sure.
But also even the way the British and the French came and divided Senegal into Gambia, which is through a river. Gambia is kind of in Senegal. So, and you know, in addition to that, Senegal is why I love Senegal. Aside from the food and the culture and all of that stuff, I like them because what Senegalese people have brought to the world, the international world, is incredible. You have to remember. I think if you look at Senegalese migrants, you have Blaise Diagne, who's the first black man elected to French Parliament. He's from Senegal.
Of course.
Look at the tirailleurs, which are the soldiers that the French used to fight in West Africa during the First World War. Very, very, very crucial set of people. If you even look at their filmmaking, they have some of the most talented filmmakers over the last 50 or 60 years, from Jibril Diop Mambeti. You also have the new guy, Alain Gomis. Another talented guy. And then if those of you who know Dapper Dan, who's very famous in the 1980s in New York for making all those clothes for all those hip hop guys in the 80s and the 90s. The people who used to tailor his clothes were Senegalese immigrants. And for us, even in parts of West Africa like Nigeria, all our clothes. I remember my mom is in the group, by the way. My mom would tell you about how when I was a kid, the best traditional African clothes, we used to call them in Nigeria Senegalese. So Senegal is a very, very crucial place, very important culturally. And I don't know, do you offer cultural tours of Senegal with your service?
Yeah, of course, we do. We offer a lot of cultural experience, because Dakar is a city. But apart from that, you have regions like Casamance. You have regions like Sine Saloum also, where you can discover really the land of Teranga, the land of hospitality in Senegal. So, well, as you mentioned right now, Senegal is really well known, because also you mentioned one of the biggest guys is called Cheikh Anta Diop. Cheikh Anta Diop. Most of Black African Americans, know.
I didn't even mention Cheikh Anta Diop. Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And Senegal also well known because he's a peaceful country. People like peaceful. Religion are peace. I mean, religion are tolerated here. You have Christian. I myself am Christian, but I never find in a situation like there is problem in terms of religion. So it's marvelous. Senegal also, you have the first Black Festival. The first edition of Worldwide Black Festival was in Senegal, was settled in Senegal. After that, Nigeria has taken the second edition. And Senegal also is famous by the International Jazz Festival in Saint-Louis. So Senegal also is well known by, football team guys like El Hadj Diouf, like the famous guys, Sadio Mane from Liverpool. All these kind of people, live Senegal, and El Hadj Diouf also. So Senegal is work to be done. So we help people want to discover the culture in tours package. We can help you get in touch with airlines, where to lodge, what to see, where to eat. So make you a kind of package tour to help you with them. Then we have a website and a contact also. You can write us or contact us, and then we can organize all these kind of things for you, and you will appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay, what's the website so that we might be sure to put in?
Yeah. But sorry, the website is in French also. But you might see the website is Demba Conciergerie.com. Demba Conciergerie. Conciergerie.com.
Okay. We have a couple of questions coming in, but okay, maybe I'll ask them at the very end. Let me just quickly just finish up, just talking about what you offer. So, um, just regarding your service, if you're somebody who's never been to Africa before, you're living in the diaspora, maybe you live in the UK, you live in France, you live in America. First of all, let me point out Senegal is one of the only countries I think in West Africa where there's no visa requirement to come to. At least there wasn't a year ago when I was there. You don't need a visa. You just show up there with your passport and you're allowed in. So that's already a very good start. But then also Maribeya Intel, shout out to you as well. Trevor E, shout out to you. But then also the other thing with Senegal is yeah, Dakar in particular, I found was a melting pot of different cultures, musically as well as culturally. A lot of French people go there and live, and settle down. Settled down there. I met even one white guy who said he was a Senegalese citizen.
Yeah, sure.
That's very interesting. I have another friend who's a filmmaker. She's from Egypt. By way of France. No, actually, she's from Egypt. Yeah, by way of France, and she's settled down there. She says cost of living is so good over there. For the cost of what she's able to do every day, versus where she was living before in France and in Cairo and everything. She's like, Senegal is an absolutely amazing place. So if you could just talk a little bit about the living conditions, things to do in Senegal, in Dakar. Not necessarily things to do, but living conditions, how accessible it is for people to come to Senegal if they've never been there before, please.
Okay, as you mentioned right now that it is free access in terms of visa. Once you get your passport and you have set up your plans, and then you can come and visit Senegal, no problem. And Senegal also, there are different types of bedrooms here. You have also different types of hotels, from 1 to 5 hotels in Senegal. You can also find some tourism in the habitat. For example, Senegalese welcome you as in the family, and you can share the culture, you can share the experiences with them. So it is easier if you contact Demba Concierge Services. We facilitate of these kind of things. So no problem but it's a little bit. The way of living in Dakar, because Dakar is a melting pot country, and then all of African countries want to visit Senegal. And you find also different headquarters, like UN headquarters in Senegal, the banks, the institute. So it means that Dakar is a little bit expensive in terms of way of living. But when you pass away from Dakar, you can see Sine Saloum, you can see Sali also touristical resorts. You have also Ngaparu, you have Tuab Jalal, you have also the south of Senegal, which is so marvelous in terms of climate, in terms of vegetables, in terms of fruits, all these kind of things. Then you can see all types of staying home. So you will feel yourself at home in Senegal. But Dakar is not only Senegal, but if you want to discover the rest of Senegal, with Demba Concierge, we can help you and get in touch with these local experiences.
And I have to recommend Demba. Demba is a good guy. We hit it off immediately. He's a good guy, good service, very affordable. Yeah, let me get into some questions now. We're nearly half an hour in, so let me get some questions. So a couple of people were asking questions. By the way, I've put your Instagram handle on the screen. So
okay,
if you want to get in touch with him directly. I'll also put his details in the description later. So a couple of people asking questions about the somebody before Emeka is asking, what is the secret behind the tolerance in Senegal? Because you mentioned about the religious tolerance. It's an Islamic country, and there's a small percentage of Christian people, which is like many places actually.
Yeah.
But if you can explain, what is it like? How do people interact every day outside of Dakar as well? Because you're not from Dakar, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I'm not from Dakar. I'm 50 kilometers from Dakar. But my parents are originally coming from the south of Senegal. It's called Casamance, the greenest part of Senegal. What concern about the question why Senegal is so tolerant? You know, let's say before the United, before the nation, the Senegalese nation, it was a kind of, I think that you have mentioned it, a kind of empire like Soninke, Mandinke empire. So these allow that you have different ethnics who lives in a same area, and they share the same culture, the same value. So before Christians and Muslims comes, they found also the natives. The natives here also, they used to welcome strangers. They used to welcome, people coming from all these countries in order to be to have something to eat here in Senegal. But the most part of this is due to the fact that the first president was a Christian, whose name Leopold Sédar Senghor. He was the first president of Senegal who is Christians of in the country where 55% or 95% of are Muslims. So this Christian, this president was very, very, very clever, and so he allowed people to sit together, to pray together, and to have solidarity together. So since then, a lot of Muslims support him to elect him as a president. So that's why Senegals, there is no problem with Christian, Muslims, and people are also tolerant. And during the feast, what is very is that during the feast time, for example, Christian feast time, we invite Muslims and we eat together. And in the same also during the Muslims feast. So that's why also Senegal is well known as a peaceful country and tolerant in terms of religion.
Okay. Thank you for that. And I will say as well, I think because of the way they absorbed Islam in Senegal, very different to other parts of Africa, they merged it a lot with their own culture. So it's a very different type of Islam. Even the way aesthetically the people look, the way they behave, and of course, one thing you have to acknowledge: Islam in West Africa is very different to Islam even in East Africa and North Africa. For example, the women are a little bit more freer. They show themselves a little bit more. They're allowed to be themselves a bit more. We have a few questions. Somebody is commenting. They say you look very sharp.
Sorry. Thank you.
Questions. Okay, so I think we answered that already. Is it safe to travel via rail from Burkina Faso to Dakar? I don't know if there's a rail line between them.
Okay. Well, there isn't any line from Burkina to Dakar, but there is a line from Mali to Senegal. Mali train line. Trainways from Mali to Senegal. But for the time being, the train does not going on. But you can take, the bus, because there is always a bus station going or coming from Senegal going to Burkina Faso. Or you can travel also because it's not so far. you can book with Air Burkina or Air Senegal.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, in fact, the coach. I know there's coaches. In fact, if you want to have an idea of what traveling between those countries is like, Burkina, Mali, Senegal, and Benin and Togo. There's a movie, fantastic movie called by a filmmaker called Apolline Traore. She made a film called Frontiers, which means borders. It's a travel film. It's very very entertaining. It gives you an idea of the things that happen. Uh, okay, another question. Maribea asked a question about how many French people. I guess you mean how many French people in Senegal, in Dakar. It's quite. What's the population of? And also,
Well,
just in Dakar, what I noticed is a lot of French people owned businesses, and they were treated. To be honest with you, they were treated with a lot more respect sometimes than the African people. I noticed this all around. We're just in Togo also and Benin and all these other countries. But can you just elaborate on who controls the businesses, the big hotels, the big restaurants, we know that the economics of Senegal with the franc CFA and all that stuff is connected to France, but the actual business is there. How influential are French people in Senegal?
okay, as you know, Senegal was colonized by the French, French country. So that's why, when they colonized, they settled all these kind of, economic economic points like the lands, the economic and the resource also. They control all this. And you'll find mostly French people and also the Lebanese, because Senegal before they didn't. Senegalese people, they didn't focus on economic things like building, investing in hotels or investing in hospitality, investing in, for example, in pharmacy or something like that. So before they are aware of these kind of things, the French people and the Lebanese also has settled the main basics of things. This is also a fact that due to the colonization, but I think that it's the same like in Cote d'Ivoire or in Togo or in Benin. But right now, we have a lot of Senegalese people who control also some hotels, some independent hotels like Jambour, Jollof, or Wakola hotels or something like that. There are a little bit Senegalese who control these kind of hotels in Senegal. But what is also worth to be mentioned is the fact that Senegal, we discover oil and gas here, and also this allows that people want to come to invest in Senegal in terms of hospitality, agriculture, tourism, and technology also, because Senegal also is well done in terms of telecommunication and services. So that's why a lot of Senegalese are on agriculture and also in trade, commerce, let's say trade. So the economy is a little bit informal, and but we can say also that also Senegalese are becoming aware of that, the fact that they should control the economy. And I think that within the 5 years coming, the situation will change, because due to the fact that they discover oil and gas, the government has put some law in local experiences, in local, let's say, to allow the Senegalese SMEs to get in touch with the potential investors so that they can invest in this land. But we can notice that apart from that, people are better. I mean, they now understand that they should take care of the economy.
Mm, mm, okay. Another question is just generally, what's the weather currently like throughout the year in Senegal? So I think just I'll say from what I know like later in the year, because of where it is, it's facing those Canary Islands, so it gets quite cold around November, December, January, right? It's kind of like on
Yeah,
less than
yeah.
degrees.
The climate is it's always sunny in Senegal because it's also a country which is always sunny. We have a lot of sun. But I mean, during the December, January, or sometime February, there is a little bit cold. But
Yeah.
apart from that, there is a I mean, the best time to come to visit Senegal is this time. I mean,
Yeah.
from March, April, March, April until June, July. But if you like also raining season, you can come and visit this marvelous place. Then you can see the background of Senegal in July, June, August, or something like that. But there is a business, tourism, like trade, like congress, like festival during December, November, October, December. And also, I would like to emphasize one thing. You have a big show in art, contemporary, vinyl, Dakar is a vinyl art and contemporary festival in Senegal.
Okay.
But
I
due
think
to the fact that coronavirus, uh,
I
they
think
postponed the.
Alicia Keys went to it like last year or something, or the year before or
Yeah,
something.
because sure. Alicia Keys, yeah. You know, Senegal is also the land of icons.
Of course.
Icon, you have also icon. You have also Chonya. Chonya is a famous guy also.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alicia Keys was here and he was fantastic because when you follow his Instagram page, you will notice that how she loved Senegal
Yeah,
and
yeah,
walked.
yeah.
Yeah,
Another thing we didn't mention is music. Senegal. I use Senegalese music in a lot of my films because there's something very unique about that country. I don't know what it is. From the food, from the impact they've given culturally to Africa and the world. But their music. I mean, anyway, we won't go into too much of that. You guys can check out some of the musicians.
yeah.
Um, quick one. So question. What's the weather like? Somebody's asking, is it easy to travel in the country, like within the country? What's the best forms of travel in Senegal, like buses, etc.? Easy.
Well,
And
yeah,
what do you offer as well when with your own service?
yeah. We offer is from, for example, Dakar round trip, city trip. Okay, and also if you want to go to the regions like Sine Saloum, Cap Skirring, Casamance, or Sali, or I mean, in the others region, in the others regions from Dakar, we can organize these kind of things also. We can help you book you with a guide, or even me, I can introduce you also to become. But it is easy also to travel because the roads are very tough. The former government has built the roads. The roads are very nice, and also you can take it the airplanes or the boats because we have also I mean boats who go to the south. So you have also the road. You can take the roads. So all depends of how many time you wanna stay in Senegal, and if you contact us with Demba Concierge services, we can help you a lot.
As we have a sister here, Miss Zena. Shout out to you, my sister. So Mizina traced her DNA. I think she's in the States. She traced her DNA to the Fulani or the Pole people.
Yeah,
And she told me to go back. She's asking if you do any relocation services. So if somebody wants to move from America back to or the UK to Senegal, do you arrange things like that for them?
yeah, of course. We do it like the relocation services. We help them find the places where they want to sit, help them get in touch with the local administration. We help them also to see the schools of, for the children. We help them also get the first elements before they send it. In terms of relocation services, we can help them.
And just also, if you just elaborate on relocation. So just if you were comparing, just from my own point of view anyway, I live in London, one of the most expensive cities in the world. For what you would spend to rent a 3 or 4 bedroom house in the suburb of London, you could rent probably one of the large, maybe a 5 or 6 bedroom, 4 or 5 bathroom, swimming pool mansion in center of Dakar. So in terms of affordability, if you compare it to outside of Africa, it's good. Question: can you address women freely? This is from Miguel. Can you address women freely? Is social interaction any different from other non-Muslim majority West African communities?
Can you explain more? I don't understand.
So he's asking if women are free to be addressed. So, in some places you can't shake the hand of a woman if she's married, she's wearing the black niqab or whatever.
Yeah.
Senegal is very different.
Yeah, Senegal, people, yeah, sure. But Senegal is a nice country because apart from the fact that there is Senegal is a Muslim country, but people interact. You can see Senegalese and they welcome you with a smile. And you can, you can get in touch with, Senegalese girls, and you can also see the inhabitants of Senegal in the family. They welcome you. Senegal is the land of Teranga. The Teranga is the land of hospitality. So it is in our DNA. And Senegal, you find different also ethnics like Fulani, like she mentioned. You find Jolas, you find Sere, you find different types of ethnics that cohabit in the same country. So it's a lovely country to visit, and I suggest you to book your next travel to Senegal.
Yes.
With Demba Conciergerie.
So yeah, thank you very much for all the questions. Please make sure you're liking as well as you're coming in. I really appreciate the likes. Thank you. So I hope that answers your question, Miguel. How long by bus from Burkina to Senegal? I think it's was it like 10 hours or something? Depending where you're going from and to actually. But go on. From Ouagadougou, for example, to Dakar, how long?
No, I cannot say anything about that because I don't know. But I know that when you come from Mali and then you want to take the bus or the train, in let's say 4 hours you are in Dakar. So yeah. But but mention that Burkina Faso is so close to so close to Senegal in terms of culture and filmmaking. Ousmane Sembène, as you mentioned, he was the father of African filmmaking. So that's why you have the festival, FESPACO festival, and linked to Resida when I met Anouar. And also people also go together to visit Burkina Faso. The same here in Senegal also.
Yeah. I mentioned him last week, Dr. Kambon as well. He's a friend of mine. He did the trip from Senegal to Burkina or vice versa. It's doable, from what I understand. again, culturally very connected. Senegal and Burkina Faso and Mali have a very rich culture. They
Sure.
share a lot of culture, but also in contemporary things like filmmaking. So we mentioned
Yeah.
the filmmakers in Senegal. You have in Burkina, you have people like Gaston Kaboré. In Mali, you have people like what's the guy who did Timbuktu? What's his name? What's the guy?
Jenny.
No, what's the director from? He made the movie Bamako and Timbuktu. What's his name? Anyway, they're very. When you talk about African filmmaking, the most respected come from Mali, Burkina, and Senegal. But
Sure.
also the music is very similar. Food and
Yeah. Sure.
clothing, very
Yeah.
similar. Okay,
Sure.
more questions here. Um, trying to gauge if friendship never gone. Never. Okay. Somebody's texting me questions. Please send questions in the chat. That would really be helpful. Somebody's talking about the Kora music, which is very nice to relax. I agree. I even play it for my kids sometimes.
Yeah, Cora. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Because you know
yeah,
Senegal is rotating to Mali, and then Mali, you have the Mandinko. I mean the people from the and Senegal. There was a tradition in Mali because Mali and Senegal before after the independence they were the same country. So 1961 or something like that I mean, they separated, but before they were the same country then. So that's why you find Cora and Sintana.
somebody also mentioned about the movie Black Panther. The guy who did the music for it. I think he's
Yeah,
from.
Baba Mal. Yeah. Baba Mal. Yeah. Also, you know, the movies and the Wakanda movies or something like that. The singer was from Senegal, Baba Mal. You know.
Signal.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I hear you well.
Yeah, it's going in and out. Maybe just give it a second and then continue saying what you're saying. It's just going quiet.
Yeah. I was saying that, well, you know, you see the film Wakanda. I don't know the name of the guys
Black
who
Panther. Black Panther.
Black
Yeah.
Panther. Yeah. The music itself. The guy who make it is from Senegal. He's called Baba Mal. Baba Mal. Baba Mal is world famous also in traditional music. So just a kind of just a show to say that in terms of culture, in terms of fashion, you have also fashion in terms of democracy, in terms of stability, in terms of local experience. Senegal is worth to be done. It's a
Yeah.
must.
My favorite. Somebody's
Yeah,
asking, what's the best time to visit Senegal that coincides with festivals? You know, like some of the big festivals in Senegal,
yeah,
cultural
yeah.
festivals.
Yeah, you can visit Senegal on December, January, March, and for example, if you are focusing about art and culture, the month of May is big famous like the Biennial Art and Contemporary, which is called Dakar, is on March. But you have the Jazz Festival, Jazz International Jazz Festival in on during the March or May. You have also, let's say, Dakar Goree Festival, Dakar Goree Festival.
Mhm.
Dakar Goree Festival, yeah, is a kind of pilgrimage to allow people also visiting the Goree Island,
Yeah.
which is so
You have to go to Goree Island. Me, I'm not. I try and visit as many enslavement encampments where everywhere I go, but Goree Island is the only one that really had me a little bit uncomfortable. I went. We when I came, we went with a few filmmakers. One filmmaker was from Ethiopia, another one was from Ivory Coast, and all of us were overwhelmed because Goree Island is one of those things. Look, it's not great to see. But the fact that you have to get on you get on a boat, you get on a little ferry, it takes you to Goree Island. Goree Island is like the size of maybe I don't know, like 10 football, maybe 20 football fields, soccer fields, whatever. And the island and the fortress or whatever you want to call it is very, very small. You have a section for children, a section for women, a section for men. And beyond the fortress is rocks and water. You're basically in the middle of the Atlantic. You're basically in the Atlantic Ocean, so it's not shallow. It's very, very overwhelming. We had to pour a libation when we went because we couldn't. We had to go find some hot drink and pour a libation. It's very, very overwhelming. I encourage you to be very prepared before you go there. But like I said, aside from Goree Island, Senegal's culture alone is enough for you to go there. You don't need to go see that if you don't want to. But the culture
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah, of course, I agree with you. Some people say that you see all African culture in Senegal because when you see the Mauritanians guys, the Malian, the Senegambian, the Gambian guys, the Guinea, all these African country, Togolese, Burkinabes, Ivory Coast guys, they are in Senegal. So you see Senegal like the whole Africa. So all the African guys, countries, they come visit Senegal. So they stay also in Senegal. And Senegal is a country where whether you are Muslims, Christian, or another canton, you can stay here. If you are a peaceful man, no war, no things, then you can stay here, no problem. And if you have peace and you have, something to stay, to stay in your country, Senegal welcome you.
We're gonna be rounding up soon. Thank you, Demba. But just a few more questions. Somebody reminded me. Lionel, shout out to you. We're talking about Sheikh Umar Sissoko.
Yeah, Sheikh Umar Sissoko. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody's asking about the traditional clothes in the document. So yeah. So where do I get traditional clothes? Senegalese people make the best clothes, by the way. So
of course. Yeah, of course I did.
Traditional clothing comes from them. Nigerians
Nigerian people come to Senegal. They love Senegalese way of dress because Senegalese tailor are very sharp guys. They make good guys. They make good clothes. Also, you find also the traditional way of putting clothes in Senegal. And every Friday, you notice that every Friday, Senegalese people put traditional clothes. But apart from that, you have the blacks attitude, the fashion, Dakar, black fashion also is in Dakar. The African also, a lot of creators, a lot of artists, a lot of filmmakers, if they want to discover, if they want to artists, they film or they fashion, they come visit Senegal because Senegal is a melting pot. It's like different nationality, different culture, different ethnics, so different riches in terms of culture. I think that it's work to be done.
Listen, I'm a huge fan of Senegal. I love the place, and I'm hoping that this has done enough for a lot of you people who were umming and ahhing about where to go. So just a couple of points. Just to rehash what he said. Key reasons why Senegal is the #1 place. I think you should go if you've never been to Africa. You're curious to know. They have many direct flights from the United States. They have visa free. I think they call it visa on arrival. It's like Dubai. Basically, you go there, you don't need a visa. Safety. It's never really had any wars or anything like that. It's very stable. So let's put it that way. It's very stable. Many options for hotels, many options for food, many options for music, and
Of course.
and Dakar in particular, a lot of people speak English. From what I noticed,
Of course.
they interact with a lot of people from there. So much to do culturally in terms of cinema, in terms of music, in terms of just cultural events, festivals, arts, etc. And then also the climate is very conducive, very affordable. We stayed in Magic Land Hotel,
Magic Land, yeah, Magic Land.
right next door to, what's that big hotel again, Demba? That big hotel that was next door.
You know, you have Magic Land, you have Terubi, you have Jollof, you have also Wakola Hotel.
Yeah.
You know, these were so close to your hotel.
Very big international ones too, as well, international chains. So that is what I would suggest that you go and see. Shout out to Caribbean Girl. Yes, I hope all of you can get out there. So Demba, if you just share all your information, I'll put it in the group, and then we'll round up, my brother.
No problem. I can write it on the chat link, then give you all the details.
Okay.
So I do it right now, or I do it later, Afan?
I've got all your information. You could just say it to them. I'm sure people are.
Okay, so people want to see me. For example, I'm on LinkedIn with Dieudonné Demba. Dieudonné is like God given in French. Dieudonné Demba. I'm on LinkedIn, and you have also our website. Website is Demba Conciergerie, not concierge, but DembaConciergerie.com. DembaConciergerie.com. We are also on Instagram with Demba Conciergerie, Demba Conciergerie. We are also on Twitter. We are on with Demba Concierge. We are on Facebook, Facebook, and also we can chat on WhatsApp. So if you tap Demba Dieudonné Demba or Demba Concierge Senegal, you'll find us.
I've put everything across the bottom of the screen as well. So record it. Please watch this video back. Please hit the like button, family. I really appreciate everything. Thank you very much. Please feel free for a super chat. Support the movement, what we're doing. I'd really appreciate it. In the meantime, Mr. Demba, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to be with us. Appreciate it. My brother Sharif said he's going to book his tickets to Dakar as soon as coronavirus is over. Yes, my brother. Let me know. Let me know. I'll meet you out there. And I hope a lot of other people will do the same thing too. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Thank you, Demba.
Thank you. Thank for all also. Thank you for listening me.
Thank you very much, my brother. Blessings to everybody, and hopefully we'll speak soon. I'm going to be back again soon, I hope, and we'll talk then. Peace.
Sure.